Over the last 60 years, the Marvel Universe has seen gamma-powered beings of all shapes, sizes, and even colors. Even if they're mostly green. Super smart green guys, super strong green guys, even super smart and strong and green guys. And gals. That's the dream. But one gamma-fueled powerhouse has quickly made a massive impact, both on the original green-hued Hulk and the Marvel Universe as a whole. An epic foe, and even an occasional ally. The Red Hulk. This mysterious and noticeably non-green powerhouse has all of the Hulk's strength, but with a devious, cunning mind. He can also absorb different kinds of energy, which he can use to drain his foes of their gamma or cosmic-based powers. And while the OG Hulk gets stronger as he gets angrier, the Red Hulk gets hotter. Much, much hotter. No, hotter than that. And even hotter than that. And since he was introduced in the pages of Marvel Comics in 2008, he's become more than just the Hulk's sparring partner. He's joined the Avengers, fought the X-Men, led his own team of Thunderbolts, and even joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But who is the Red Hulk? Why does he hate Bruce Banner? And why does he occasionally have your dad's mustache? We're here to answer all of those questions and more. This is Marvel Recap Red Hulk, with a special shout out to the official handbook of the Marvel Universe research team for their help. The story of the Red Hulk began in Russia with the discovery of the corpse of Emil Blonsky, the longtime Hulk villain known as the Abomination. A murder investigation led by She-Hulk, General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, Iron Man, Maria Hill, and gamma-powered psychiatrist Doc Samson pointed toward the Hulk. But a few things didn't add up. For example, his footprints gave off so much heat and radiation that they turned the sand into glass. And if it was Banner, how did he escape the cell General Ross had sealed him inside at Ross's Gamma base in Nevada? On the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier, She-Hulk and the then director of S.H.I.E.L.D., Tony Stark, studied the colossal weapon that the killer used, only to be attacked by, you guessed it, a Red Hulk. The battle between Iron Man and the Red Hulk ended up crashing the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier, but not before the Red Hulk managed to destroy any evidence of the killer's identity. And when the Hulk's former sidekick, Rick Jones, hitchhiked to the Gamma base, he was suddenly slapped by the Red Hulk, causing him to turn into a new Hulk-like alter ego, A-Bomb. The two Gamma-powered Titans smashed their way through the Gamma base until they damaged Banner's cell and released a furious Hulk. The fight was so important, the Watcher showed up to watch, only to be punched out by the Red Hulk. And you know the Watcher didn't do anything to deserve it, because he never does anything but watch. That's his whole thing. The Red Hulk accused Banner of ruining people's lives before using that power-absorbing ability to knock him out. He then carried Banner all the way to the Golden Gate Bridge so he could finish him off, only for the Hulk to kick his way free. The Red Hulk responded by smashing the Hulk through the bridge, just in time for Thor to tag in. The two seemed evenly matched until Red Hulk pulled Thor into space, where he used zero gravity to smack Thor around with his own hammer before leaving him unconscious on the moon. After he jumped back down to Monument Valley, the Red Hulk continued pummeling the Hulk until A-Bomb figured out the Red Hulk's weakness, overheating. So Hulk waited until the Red Hulk overheated and then punched him out. And while the Hulk wandered off into the desert, Rick Jones and the Red Hulk were taken away by Doc Samson and a disappointed General Ross. Eager for revenge, She-Hulk set off to capture the Red Hulk by forming an all-female strike team, the Lady Liberators. If you don't remember the original Lady Liberators, they were a short-lived team of female heroes who first appeared in Marvel Comics in 1970. Brought together by Valkyrie, they ended up taking down both the Masters of Evil and the Avengers, until it was revealed that Valkyrie had enchanted her fellow Lady Liberators because she was actually the Asgardian sorceress, the Enchantress in disguise. She-Hulk tried to gather as many female heroes as possible for the mission, but the only ones that weren't busy were the extra-dimensional Thundra and the true Asgardian Valkyrie. They soon found the Red Hulk at the Abe's Head Bar, conveniently located at the top of Mount Rushmore. The ensuing brawl ended with Red Hulk dangling She-Hulk over Lincoln's noggin. But luckily, Shulky had backup. That's when the call was answered by more of the Lady Liberators, who took down the Red Hulk with a combination of Storm's lightning and a Sue Storm force bubble. Teamwork! But while most of the team wanted to take Red Hulk back to S.H.I.E.L.D. to learn his secret identity, Thundra just wanted to chop his head off. But she missed her chance, as the Red Hulk broke free, kidnapping her in the process. But when they landed, he secretly recruited her because she was the only one willing to do whatever she could to win, and Thundra lied to the team about his escape before walking off into the desert. The next time the Red Hulk showed up was when the cosmic gamesman, known as the Grandmaster, plucked younger versions of the Defenders, Doctor Strange, Namor, the Silver Surfer, and the Hulk, out of time to fight for him, offering to reunite them with their loved ones. For the Hulk, that meant Jarella, an empress of the microverse who traveled to Earth out of love for him, only to die tragically while saving a child during his battle with the Crypto Man. And the Grandmaster's opponent? His brother, the Collector, who had assembled his own team of the Defenders' greatest enemies, Baron Mordo, Tiger Shark, Terrax, and the Red Hulk, or, as he dubbed them, the Offenders. The two Hulks battled in Atlantis until the Red Hulk stabbed his opponent through the chest. He followed that up by cutting Terrax down to size, before using his absorption powers to steal the Silver Surfer's power cosmic, and even his surfboard. He used his new powers to kill Tiger Shark and Namor, and even flew through Dormammu's giant flaming head. That's probably not enough to kill the Lord of the Dark Dimension, but it can't have felt good. But when the Red Hulk faced off against Galactus, he was stripped of his powers. Afraid of Galactus's anger, the Grandmaster declared the game over and resurrected the Defenders and the Offenders, despite the Red Hulk declaring he had won. To punish the Grandmaster for ordering him around, the Red Hulk punched the Grandmaster to death, stopping only when the original Hulk punched him through a nearby butte. The Hulk demanded the Collector return his love, Jarella, to him, but was heartbroken when he received her lifeless body. Only the Red Hulk was left happy, as he told the Hulk that Banner also left him with a broken heart. Man, whoever his secret identity is, he's a red jerk. Later, when professional assassin Domino accidentally saw Red Hulk's secret identity, he hunted her down with the help of a mercenary team nicknamed Code Red that included Deadpool, the Punisher, Crimson Dynamo, Thundra, and Elektra. They tracked Domino to Hell's Kitchen, only to find that she had brought X-Force. In the ensuing battle, Wolverine clawed Red Hulk's eyes, leaving him blind, but Wolvie was soon taken out by a new player, a Red She-Hulk. This Red She-Hulk seemed like an ally until she stabbed him and convinced Code Red to follow her boss, Doc Samson, who was working against the Red Hulk. But as soon as Red Hulk regained his vision, he once more battled Red She-Hulk, who booted him off the Empire State Building. He later tracked down Domino, who revealed that she never actually saw his secret identity and that the whole thing was set up by Doc Samson. Even the Code Red team members were chosen by Samson because they would have blabbed to everyone about Red Hulk's identity if they'd found out who he was. So Red Hulk was forced to pay off the team to keep them happy. But the mystery of the Red Hulk's identity finally started to pay off in the Fall of the Hulks storyline, where we met the Intelligentsia, a team of mega-brainy supervillains that included the Wizard, one of the Fantastic Four's earliest foes, Egghead, a former master of evil, the Mad Thinker, another Fantastic Four foe who was aided by his awesome android, the Red Ghost, another FF foe who brought along his super apes, the Leader, the Hulk's longtime big-brained punching bag, and MODOK, the leader of the evil scientific organization AIM, Advanced Idea Mechanics. They'd initially banded together to share technology and information, but soon found a way to combine cosmic and gamma radiation to create a new kind of superhuman, the Red Hulk. Yeah, they'd been behind this thing the whole time. But then, General Ross tried to kill the Red Hulk using the Redeemer armor, only to wind up dead. The Redeemer, aka Craig Saunders, was a former member of the Hulkbusters, who wore a special mech suit designed by the Leader to fight the Grey Hulk. And this wasn't the first time Ross wore the armor, as he also fought the Hulk in it, when he was mind-controlled by the Leader. But it turned out that Banner was actually behind Ross's death, as he and the Red Hulk were working together. Dun dun dun! The Intelligentsia's master plan was to capture the smartest men on the planet. They sent a new version of the Frightful Four, made up of the Wizard, Claw, Lyra, and the Trapster, to capture Reed Richards. The Red Hulk tried to stop them, but ended up brawling with the Thing, only to have to rescue him from the negative zone. It turned out the Intelligentsia planned to steal all the information in those big genius brains by using the Littleville technology. This was a callback to a time when Dr. Doom convinced the Fantastic Four that they were living normal lives in a model American town called Littleville, only to reveal that it was an actual model town created by Doom and the Puppet Master. The Intelligentsia ended up kidnapping Richards, Dr. Doom, T'Challa, Hank Pym, Beast, and Bruce Banner, and trapping them in Littleville. Although, to capture Doom, the Leader also had to hit him with a radiant neural anesthetizer, or, as Banner called it, a dumb ray. But the second part of the Intelligentsia's plan was to use the cathexis ray to turn their people into Hulks, including 200 AIM soldiers in Washington, D.C., who were ready to take over the Capitol. But numerous heroes were also affected by the cathexis ray, including the X-Men, the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and Spider-Man, who all faced off against the Red Hulk. That cathexis ray was actually from the origin of Doc Samson, who created it to drain the energy of the Hulk to cure Bruce Banner, only to use that power to make himself the world's buffest psychiatrist. But while the Red Hulk was able to blast all those heroic Hulks off the helicarrier with a well-placed optic blast from Cyclops Hulk, he quickly came face to face with the Red She-Hulk, who was able to drain his energy, finally revealing his true identity, General Thunderbolt Ross. And get this, the Red She-Hulk revealed that she's his daughter, Betty Ross Banner. So, we should probably now be asking, who is General Ross? Where did General Ross come from? And what does he, and his amazing mustache, have against the Hulk? Born into a military family, young Thaddeus Ross enlisted in the Army, just in time to serve in World War II. His only daughter, Betty, tried to be the son he never had, but never really measured up to his standards. When his wife Karen died, Ross sent Betty away to boarding school, saying, "A military base is no place for a woman. After all, if I'd loved Karen as much as I did the military, she might be alive today." Which is just the kind of send-off a grieving daughter needs to hear. Eventually, Ross was put in charge of security for the ultra-secret Gamma Bomb Project, led by scientist Bruce Banner. Ross hated Banner because he felt the scientist was too weak to hold all of the bomb's secrets. And it didn't help that Betty, who was also working on the project, had fallen for Bruce. Unfortunately, Bruce was caught in the blast of the Gamma Bomb, transforming him into the Incredible Hulk. Ross spent the following years chasing the Hulk down, founding and leading the special army group known as the Hulkbusters. But through all the years of fighting the Hulk, Ross secretly craved the Hulk's power for himself. After his daughter Betty died at the hands of the Abomination, and the Hulk was banished into outer space, Ross suddenly found himself without a purpose. That's when the leader and MODOK approached him with a chance to be ready for the Hulk's inevitable return. He agreed, and they used their technology to turn him into the Red Hulk. What about the Ross that kept showing up whenever the Red Hulk was around? Ah, that was a life model decoy android, which was in the Redeemer armor when Ross, quote-unquote, died. The classic switcheroo. Recovered from his run-in with the Red She-Hulk, the Red Hulk confronted the leader and used his powers to absorb the leader's gamma energy, leaving him an ordinary man with an ordinary-sized head. Red Hulk then jumped to the White House, where he attacked and seemingly deposed President Talbot, who was not, in fact, the flesh-and-blood military veteran, but another life model decoy. The Red Hulk declared himself in charge. Man, President Red Hulk does have a nice ring to it, but we'll get back to that later. This led to a final Oval Office showdown, where She-Hulk knocked out the Red She-Hulk, and the Hulk slammed the Red Hulk into the Lincoln Memorial. There, the Hulk convinced the defeated Red Hulk that he couldn't turn back into Ross without losing all the respect he'd received for sacrificing himself for his country. And so, Ross was trapped in his Hulk form, unable to go back to his old life. He ended up in Banner's old cell at the Gamma base, where he soon got a visit from Steve Rogers, who recruited him to help clean up the aftermath of the intelligentsia's doomsday plan, Scorched Earth, but only after Banner removed Ross's ability to absorb energy from other people. As part of this mission, Red Hulk ended up teaming up and getting punched by several of Cap's allies, including Iron Man, Thor, Namor, and A-Bomb. He also teamed up with the original Hulk again, when the Impossible Man briefly fused them together as the Compound Hulk. While Ross was getting smacked around by his co-workers, the supervillain crime boss, the Hood, had an even rougher time. Looking for a way to replace his lost magical powers, he managed to steal 2 Infinity Stones, the Reality Stone and the Power Stone. He decided to test them out in the obvious way by summoning the Red Hulk and punching him in the face. That punch was strong enough to send the Red Hulk all the way from Death Valley to New York, where he crashed a party at Avengers Tower. Literally. After explaining the situation, the Red Hulk teamed up with the Avengers to retrieve the rest of the Infinity Stones. He joined Namor and Thor in a dive to Atlantis, where he was briefly eaten by a sea serpent. But when they returned to the surface with the Soul Stone, they ran right into the Hood, who had also added the Space Stone to his collection. In the ensuing fight, the Red Hulk managed to grab the Power Stone and punch the Hood until he was left with just the Reality Stone. The Hood used it to flee through the multiverse. with the Red Hulk chasing after him through the dimensions of the Marvel Zombies, the House of M, the Squadron Supreme, and the Ultimate Universe. But when the Hood tried to take the Power Stone, the Red Hulk didn't have it. Yeah, he secretly gave it to Iron Man, who quickly showed up with the rest of the stones on an Infinity Gauntlet, which he used to throw the Hood back into jail. Really? You've got the Infinity Gauntlet, and that's the best solution you can think of, Tony? No wonder the intelligentsia didn't kidnap you. Impressed by how well the Red Hulk worked with the team, and convinced that the Red Hulk wanted to make things right in the world, Captain America asked him to join the Avengers. Which brings us to the Fear Itself storyline, where the Red Skull's daughter, Sin, freed a mysterious Asgardian god called the Serpent. He summoned a bunch of Asgardian hammers to Earth, which transformed the heroes that touched them into rampaging monsters. For example, the Thing was turned into Angreer, Breaker of Souls. Red Hulk faced off against Angreer, who responded by dropping Avengers Tower on him. But the Red Hulk wouldn't quit, at least until Angreer hit him with a hammer blow so powerful it launched him to Vermont. Aw, at least he can see the fall leaves from inside his own personal crater. The Red Hulk also popped up in Spider-Man's Spider Island storyline, where everyone in Manhattan ended up with spider powers. Although he didn't do much, he mostly played poker with the Avengers and fought various spider-themed citizens in the background, before teaming up to fight the Spider Queen. Truly, her greatest crime was interrupting Avengers game night. Don't want to do that. When Ross wasn't working with the Avengers, he stayed at the Gamma Base, where he took on various missions for the government. During this time, he faced off against General Reginald Fortian, a former protege of his from the Hulkbusters, who blamed the Red Hulk for the death of Ross. Fortian was apparently a fan of the classics, because he fought him using a new version of the Redeemer armor. Hey, if it ain't broke... No, the Hulk definitely broke it. The Red Hulk also spent some time stranded on the alien world of Tyrann, becoming their king before escaping in a Soviet rocket. On the way home, he encountered Uravo the Watcher, who let him know that he was being hunted by Omegex, the World Destroyer, who could track him from the energy that the Red Hulk absorbed when he punched Uatu the Watcher. Returning to Earth, Red Hulk battled Omegex, who flew away after the Red Hulk turned back into Ross, assuming he'd destroyed the Hulk. Ross eventually ended up assembling an informal team of his own at the Gamma Base, made up of Annie, another life model decoy android, the robotic hero Machine Man, and his daughter, Betty, aka Red She-Hulk. Although, he and his daughter clearly had some personal issues to work out. Back at Avengers Mansion, the Avengers held a press conference to announce their new lineup, only to be interrupted by Norman Osborn, who claimed he was still head of the Avengers. Norman was revealed to be a hologram here when the Red Hulk stepped on his projector. Red Hulk and Storm teamed up to investigate Oscorp Industries, but Osborn had used stolen technology to make knockoff Avengers, and they were quickly taken down by a swarm of knockoff wasps. After he was freed, the Red Hulk faced off against Osborn, who turned out to have the powers of the Super Adaptoid. Luckily, Osborn wasn't capable of successfully copying all of the combined powers of the Avengers and the New Avengers, which caused his new body to collapse. And the Avengers took the villain formerly known as the Green Goblin, at least for a while, into custody. The Red Hulk also showed up in Venom's Circle of Four storyline. Eugene Flash Thompson, a former Peter Parker bully-turned-friend, was a disabled Army veteran who had merged with the Venom symbiote to become an operative for the U.S. government, codenamed Agent Venom. But when Flash was forced to go AWOL to protect his family from the Crime Master, Captain America brought in the Red Hulk to take him down, which Ross was happy to do because he hates soldiers that go AWOL, even though he is completely guilty of that. The Red Hulk found Flash in Las Vegas, where they briefly fought before discovering the town was being overrun by demons. It turned out Blackheart, the son of Mephisto, was bringing hell to Earth, which had also attracted the attention of Wolverine's clone, X-23, and Alejandra Jones, the then-current Ghost Rider. All four of the heroes decided to work together, which was a cool nod to 1990's new Fantastic Four team of the Hulk, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Ghost Rider. After being sucked into hell, Mephisto tempted the Red Hulk with his greatest desire, being recognized by Captain America and the world for his heroism. But it was just an illusion, and Ross and the team were forced to make a deal with Mephisto to get back to Earth to fight Blackheart. They also literally joined forces as the Red Hulk absorbed the Venom symbiote and the Spirit of Vengeance to become the new Ghost Rider. And after pummeling Blackheart, they were able to banish him back to hell, restoring Las Vegas. Red Hulk gave up his new powers, and when Captain America showed up to arrest Flash, Ross spoke up for him, calling him a hero. And everything was back to normal, except for the glowing brands on everyone's chest, a lasting symbol of their deal with Mephisto. Never a dull moment on Earth, it was shortly thereafter that the Phoenix Force started heading towards the planet to connect with Hope Summers, the daughter of Cable. Cap and the Avengers headed to the X-Men's island base Utopia to take Hope into custody, but Cyclops refused to let her go, prompting the Avengers to battle the X-Men. The Red Hulk faced off against Colossus, who proved more powerful than you'd expect, probably because he'd recently gained the power of Juggernaut during the Fear Itself storyline. But as the conflict between the two teams escalated, the Red Hulk became convinced the only way to stop it was to assassinate Cyclops, which Captain America would never do. So, Red Hulk snuck into Utopia on his own to fulfill his mission, only to end up having to fight the White Queen, Magneto, Magic, and Cyclops, some of whom had been upgraded with the Phoenix Force. They all slapped him around before sending him back to Avengers HQ with a giant X branded on his chest. First Mephisto, now the X-Men? Why does everybody want their logos on the Red Hulk's chest? Just because he's the size of a billboard doesn't mean he is one. Eventually, Ross left the Avengers and Gamma Base behind, as he later showed up in the Anything Goes island of Madripoor. But a chance encounter with a fisherman from the nearby island of Katajaya led him to recruit a team of mercenaries to topple the island's dictator, General Awa. The team, which he modestly named the Thunderbolts, consisted of some familiar faces: Agent Venom from his Circle of 4 Days, and Deadpool, Elektra, and the Punisher from his Code Red team. And while he wasn't officially a member of the team, Ross also had the depowered leader hidden away in a storage container. Unfortunately, the minute Punisher heard about the leader, he immediately attacked him. But Ross was able to save him with a huge burst of gamma radiation. Oh, and he's red now. And while the team was able to quickly defeat the general and his military, it turned out that the island was also home to a secret project by the leader's brother, Madman. You see, when the leader's mind grew too big for his head, he uploaded it to the internet. And Madman was using the island's inhabitants to try to figure out how to unlock access to the leader's disembodied mind. But when Madman attacked the team, the leader just gave him the code, cramming information into his brother's brain until it exploded. After learning that Madman had also made something dangerous that left the island 3 days before, Ross's Thunderbolts followed his trail in a stolen submarine which also contained their secret team member, Mercy. Mercy was a woman who claimed to be an alien and tried to help people who wanted to die by killing them. After she'd battled the Hulk, General Ross had her sealed in a cell for years until he freed her to join the Thunderbolts. The team next traveled to London, where they found that Madman had been building batteries for a horde of gamma-powered Crimson Dynamo suits, organized by Elektra's brother, Orestes Nachios. Ross was forced to take down the Dynamos while the Punisher took care of Elektra's brother. When Thanos later invaded Earth during the Infinity event, Mercy went rogue and started killing people again. To stop her, the leader suggested they send her to hell. So, they teamed up with Johnny Blaze, the then-current Ghost Rider, to do just that, only to have the spell malfunction and send the team to hell without Mercy. Mephisto tried to call in his favor, but the Red Hulk refused. However, the leader was happy to make a contract with Mephisto to bring Mercy to hell and send them back to Earth. But when Mercy arrived in hell, she ended up absorbing Mephisto's souls, which wasn't covered by the contract. So the leader forced Mephisto to return them to Earth, where Ghost Rider joined the team, which was just in time for Agent Venom to leave the team, with a respectful handshake from Ross. But that was just the start of the team collapsing. When the Red Hulk refused to kill the mind-controlling psychiatrist Dr. Faustus after the Madman murdered a school full of children, the Punisher quit, only to find a bomb waiting for him at home. Convinced that Ross killed the Punisher, Elektra attacked him, only to find the Punisher had killed Dr. Faustus and the leader when no one was looking. Soon the Punisher was hunting the team, quickly taking out the Ghost Rider's spirit of vengeance. Elektra also walked away to avoid having to kill the Punisher. Finally, the Punisher faced off against Ross in a stylish skull-themed mech suit. But it soon turned into an old-fashioned knife fight between the two grizzled soldiers. And just as the Punisher was about to deliver the killing shot, the Avengers showed up, followed quickly by Elektra, who revealed that the leader's body was yet another life model decoy. He was the one that blew up the Punisher's hideout, faking his death so he could escape back to Katajaya, where he'd set himself up as ruler. That is, until the Thunderbolts returned with the Avengers, capturing the leader and forcing him to look into the Ghost Rider's penance stare. Mephisto used the leader's tortured state to renegotiate their contract before taking him back to hell. Meanwhile, Bruce Banner had developed a new super smart Hulk personality, whom he called Doc Green. His goal? To depower all gamma-powered individuals, like, for example, the leader, who'd somehow gotten out of hell. How does everyone keep outsmarting Mephisto on contracts? He's in hell! Shouldn't he be constantly surrounded by lawyers? Doc Green then turned his attention to the Red Hulk, teaming up with Deadpool and giving him a special bullet that would interfere with the Red Hulk's ability to get stronger. Even after Deadpool made the shot, the two Hulks had a slugfest that was literally felt around the world. But Banner proved to be the strongest one there is, with a massive pile driver, followed by a jab with a syringe. With the Red Hulk's powers removed, he turned back into Ross, who was arrested by military police for desertion. When Hydra later took over America during the Secret Empire storyline, Ross led a resistance cell, which eventually earned him a pardon and a new job working for the president. While investigating a terrorist attack committed by Hydra supporters, Ross warned Cap not to get involved. But soon, Ross was murdered. Again. And Cap was arrested for it. It turned out that Ross was still alive. Again. And this time, he was leading the Daughters of Liberty, a team founded by Sharon Carter to clear Cap's name, which included members such as Jessica Drew, Misty Knight, and Sue Storm. And when he and his team were captured by Crossbones, Ross goaded his captors into beating him more and more until he was finally angry enough for his Red Hulk powers to return. Only now with 100% more mustache. He then smashed through the enemy forces before giving Cap a big salute. While General Ross is the best-known Red Hulk, he's not the only one in the Marvel Universe. Of course, we've talked about Red She-Hulk, but there's also General Robert Maverick, who's basically a generic brand General Ross, who uses Hulk plugins to become a Red Hulk. Although he always kept his wonderful mustache. Maverick fought as part of the government super team, the US Avengers, until he used up all his gamma energy fighting the Hulk. A very different Red Hulk existed in the timeline of Earth 2099. Here, Ross Romero, an astronaut from Nueva York, became stranded on the seemingly dead body of Ego, the living planet. Forced to eat a part of the planet to survive, he gained Ego's memories and cosmic power, turning into Red Hulk 2099. And when Ego's murderer, Terrax the Planet Hunter, arrived to finish the job, Romero managed to defeat him before leaping off the planet back into space. Even Bruce Banner himself became a Red Hulk when his Joe Fixit persona once turned red during a battle with the UFOs. What adventures lie ahead for Marvel Comics' OG Red Hulk? Most recently, Ross was carrying out international missions for the US government until he suddenly woke up trapped in a cell, a prisoner of Dr. Doom, Sorcerer Supreme. This leads into Red Hulk's 2025 comic book series, in which he has to escape a Latvian prison where Doom is using him as part of a think tank to exploit his military expertise. Read all about it when Red Hulk #1 launches in February 2025. But in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, things are just starting to heat up. While the Red Hulk makes his Crimson debut in Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World, General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross has been there since almost the beginning. He first showed up in 2008's The Incredible Hulk, where he sent Emil Blonsky to capture Banner, indirectly causing Blonsky to become the Abomination, and scientist Samuel Stearns to become the leader. By Captain America: Civil War, Ross had become Secretary of State, and he personally ordered the Avengers to sign the Sokovia Accords, or retire. Yeah, Ross is the reason that the Avengers split up, and Cap, Falcon, Black Widow, and the Scarlet Witch spent years on the run. And when Captain America's team of fugitives returned to the US in Avengers: Infinity War, he ordered James Rhodes to arrest them, which Rhodey completely ignored. After years of service to his country and a wealth of experience dealing with larger-than-life figures, Ross looms large in his new role as president, as seen in Captain America: Brave New World. While the presidential lectern is a big deal, the fact that Ross is also massive, red, and hulking out makes it even more intense. Fortunately, we have a Captain America. And that is our abridged summary of the Red Hulk. Want to learn more? Sign up for Marvel Unlimited to access decades of Incredible Hulk comics. Want to find out what's next? Read current and upcoming issues of Hulk comics, available where your favorite comics are sold. You can watch The Incredible Hulk, Captain America: Civil War, and Avengers: Infinity War on Disney Plus for all your Thunderbolt Ross needs. And see Captain America: Brave New World only in theaters this February. This has been Marvel Recap: Red Hulk.